I listen to him and I'm like, ooh, I want to give it more power like he did.
I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all.
Does it kind of revitalise you having someone so young and fresh along board?
Ah, brilliant, yeah. The power of youth is just...
Yes, we drink his blood daily.
Let's go to the pub.
All right.
I think we'll go with a little Bohemian Rhapsody, gentlemen.
Good call.
What was your response when you saw Wayne's World?
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
Mike Myers actually sent a tape across because he wanted Freddie to hear it. Freddie wasn't very well by that time. And I took it round to Freddie, and he listened to it and watched it.
Mamma mia, let me go.
And he loved it. So Mike Myers got the sort of seal approval from Freddie.
I was definitely pretty intimidated the first big, time out that we performed in front of thousands and thousands and thousands, 500,000 maybe people in Eastern Europe. That was the first gig that we did, a full set, and I was pretty nervous, I have to say. I was like, okay, let me do some yoga backstage beforehand, some deep breathing, prayers, I don't know. We got through it, but it was definitely an intimidating chapter right there. I mean, that was a lot.
That's amazing.
But we got through it. Yeah, and the audience loved it, and the audience's energy was unbelievable. They were so excited that we were there. And that's really what this all comes down to, is that we're putting on a show. We're performing for people that want to hear these songs, and people that have had these songs in their lives for so long. And I think a lot of people have memories that are associated with certain songs and where they were when they first heard it, and maybe, that person they were like making out with in the back of their car, the drink they had with their buddy, and there's so much nostalgia here, and I think getting to bring that to life on stage, that's what it's about.
You went through a dark period, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a dark person, really. I suppose. I think, that was a period of loss for me, apart from Freddie's. I lost my dad, and so marriage broke up, everything, so I went into a place where, it was hard to get out of. I thought it was totally over, and for a long time it was totally over.
How are you going to sing for us?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Still rock.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his favorite. Is that cool?
It's your favorite.
You like that? Okay. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pull my trigger, now he's dead.
It's sort of serendipitous. We didn't look for him. Suddenly he was there, and we thought, my God, what an incredible singer. What would that be like?
Mama, life is just begun.
I had friends actually emailing me saying, you've got to see this guy, and he's got the most unbelievable voice.
Adam Lambert was runner-up in American Idol, but so impressed Brian and Roger, they offered him a gig with Queen.
If someone had said to you then that a couple of years down the track you'd be fronting Queen, what would have been your reaction?
I would have laughed in their face. I mean, it's so surreal. It's so...
Elton John, I think, said after Freddie died that having Queen, this powerhouse of Queen, was like having a Ferrari in the garage with no driver.
Oh, there he is. I get a Ferrari? Amazing.
Be careful.
How'd you drive me? I'm all right. I'm okay. Yeah.
Does it kind of revitalise you having someone so young and fresh along board?
Ah, brilliant, yeah. The power of youth is just...
Yes, we drink his blood daily.
There's very few people who can sing Freddie stuff with the power, the consistency that's needed.
I think we'll go with a little Bohemian Rhapsody, gentlemen.
Good call. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
What was your response when you saw Wayne's World?
It was great. It did us a power of good in America.
That was how I first came to hear Bohemian Rhapsody, was in that movie. I was, a kid.
nice, didn't you?
Yeah, we like the party, yeah.
I want to run some of those rumours by you. Did you ever have a party where there were dwarves walking around with plates of cocaine on their head?
I've heard that story.
We've heard that story.
I've heard the story. I don't think so.
I don't remember it being true.
No, I don't think so. We had dwarves doing other things, but no.
Do tell.
They were dwarfs.
They were dwarves, yeah. We've been on dwarves, so
Very few bands last this long. And I think, you know, you can have 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4. But we just kept on doing it. And we kept on delivering. And I think that and then after a while, you know, people realise you're not going to go away. So,
You guys